Hey guys, this is BuddyMate here today, and I wanted to talk to you about what VRMs do when they overheat, and how you know if you have bad VRMs on your board. So this is my old X370 motherboard. See if we can get this to focus on there. Yep. The X370 Gaming Pro Carbon motherboard that I was using. So this is the VRMs along here. So all them little capacitors, they call them the VRM. Basically the voltage regulators or voltage regulator modules that power the CPU. And if they start overheating, they'll start giving out weird signals to the CPU, which will end up making it either slow down, it will crash your programs, like all sorts of weird stuff. So what you can do, you can put a fan, like in your case, blowing straight onto these things here. But as you can see, there's like absolutely nothing cooling these VRMs. This thing on the top just makes it look cool. It's not actually doing anything. And this one here is also the same. So these things on top, they're not actually touching the VRMs, cooling them down. Where Gigabyte, I don't know, I will say Gigabyte's done a really good job with their VRMs. They actually have like a proper heatsink on their new boards. So especially like Asurus boards and stuff and higher, you'll see like an actual thin array across the VRMs, which will cool them down. Or you just need a little bit of airflow going through your case. You have your airflow coming through your case over everything, and it's enough to keep your VRMs cool and delivering top-notch performance to your CPU. So things to watch out for if you have overheating VRMs. So one, what I noticed was you could play a game for maybe about 20 minutes or so. I was running a water cooler as well. About 20 minutes, and then all of a sudden you start noticing a stutter here and there, or a little pause, and all of a sudden your pauses will become longer. And the pauses become longer, the stuttering becomes slightly worse over time. And if you keep playing for like an hour or two, it just becomes, the game might eventually even just crash or just go to the desktop, or it might just blue screen. Now you can get multiple different things that these things can cause. Now as soon as I change the board to a B550 Gigabyte Asurus Pro 2, basically everything ran a hell of a lot smoother. It didn't 100% fix the problem, as I was running a 1700X at the time, but 1700X is a damn good CPU for its time. Now, I changed to a 3700X, and I started using that. Now, I was using the 3700X in this board as well, and it became more of a problem when I put the 3700X in this, with the stuttering and stuff. Like the VRMs couldn't power the CPU. I think the 3700X uses a little bit less power than the 1700X, but however, it just wouldn't work properly. So yeah, I ended up changing the board out, like I said, and as soon as I changed the board out, it basically fixed up so many little issues, like crashes to the desktop, they stopped happening, games stopped stuttering like crazy. Like I did get little hiccups here and there, but that could have just been from the CPU. Then on the same Gigabyte board that I have in my current rig, I ended up just changing the CPU from the 3700X to the 5800X 3D that I have now, and it's basically what I do all my videos and everything on now. It's really smooth. yeah. So I am running 3600 megahertz RAM on my current system that I use, and like, obviously you guys can tell from if I go to my benchmark videos, I might even display my benchmark videos in this video, showing the difference between the 3700X versus the 5800X 3D. We're also I can also show you the difference between the 1700X, like this board, going to the 3700X on this same board. As you can tell, like in some of the older games, I don't know if I'll bring it up in this video, but if you want to have a look through my other videos, like you'll see it. When I first got this board, it was fine, but yeah, like after a few years, VRMs, they don't have any cooling on them. Make sure you have cooling on your VRMs. If you don't do it, you're gonna get random stutters, you're gonna get crashes, you're gonna have blue screens. And early motherboards like this as well, the RAM sticks weren't the greatest on the BIOSes. But yeah, sometimes a BIOS update can fix your VRM overheating problem, because it can also lower the amount of power that the CPU needs through the voltage. Okay, but this will wrap up this video here, and I will see you guys in the next one.
To watch more, press subscribe. It's free.
Like and hit the bell icon if you want the latest videos.
Follow me at BattyMate on Facebook. Thanks for watching.